There's a number that rewires your brain every single time you shop, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly how stores, restaurants, and even real estate agents use a hidden psychological trick to make you spend more than you planned. And the last one, it shows up in places most people never even think to look. So settle in, grab something to drink, and let's break it all down. Here's the anchoring effect. It all started with a famous experiment back in the early 1970s. Two psychologists, Danny Kahneman and Amos Tversky, asked people to spin a wheel marked with numbers from 0 to 100. The wheel always landed on either 10 or 65. Then they asked the group to estimate what percentage of African nations were in the United Nations. Those who spun 10 guessed around 25%. Those who landed on 65 guessed around 45%. Same question. Completely different answers. The wheel had no connection to the United Nations whatsoever, yet it shaped their thinking. That's anchoring. A completely irrelevant number became their mental reference point, and everything they estimated afterward was measured against it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Stores weaponize this every single day. Walk into any department store and you'll see it. That jacket with a giant red tag that says it was $300 and now it's $150. Your brain lights up. You feel like you're winning. But here's what happened. The store never intended to sell that jacket at $300. That price was set specifically so you would compare the current price against it. That $300 number is called the anchor, and it trains your brain to think 150 is a steal. It's not on sale. It's just anchored. Amazon does this with almost every single product. That little strike through price next to the current price. The was price is an anchor. That lightning deal countdown timer, that's an anchor too. You see something marked down from an artificially high number, and suddenly the current price feels reasonable, even when it's still expensive. A study from the University of Central Florida in 2022 found that perceived discounts feel significantly larger when the original price is displayed, even when the actual savings are identical to products without the strike through. Your brain doesn't calculate dollars, it calculates distance from the anchor. Restaurants are masters at this too. Have you ever noticed that one wine on the menu is always absurdly expensive? That $300 bottle of Bordeaux nobody ever orders? It's not there to sell. It's there to make the second most expensive option feel reasonable. See how that works. If the priciest wine is $300, then a $75 bottle seems like a smart, modest choice. That $75 is still expensive for wine. But compared to Anchor, it feels like a bargain. This is also why bars put a $100 cocktail on the menu. Nobody buys it. Nobody. But the people ordering $30 drinks feel like they're being sensible. The Anchor makes everything else seem reasonable by comparison. If this is clicking for you, hit subscribe. I drop videos like this every week, and the next one is going to blow the lid off how your brain processes money. All right, now for the one I've been saving. Real estate agents use anchoring against you constantly, and most buyers never see it coming. A home is listed at $2 million, way too expensive for the neighborhood. It sits on the market for months, but the agent knew exactly what they were doing. That $2 million anchor trains every buyer who walks through to think in millions. So when the $1.5 million home across the street shows up, it feels affordable. It's not affordable. It's just anchored lower. This happens with salaries too. When you get a job offer, the first number thrown out becomes the anchor for every negotiation that follows. Studies from Columbia Business School show that candidates who name the first salary number during negotiations end up with significantly different outcomes than those who deflect and let the employer anchor first. The first number isn't just a starting point. It's a reference point your entire brain organizes around. So here's the question. If your brain is always looking for an anchor, what if you built your own? Instead of anchoring to the price on the tag, anchor to your hourly wage. Ask yourself, how many hours do I need to work to afford this? That $200 jacket isn't $200. If you make $25 an hour after taxes, it's 8 hours of your life. Is that jacket worth a full workday? Suddenly the decision gets very clear. The same trick works for bigger purchases. Vacation that costs $3,000? That's 3 weeks of groceries. A car payment of $700 a month? That's a mortgage payment in some cities. You replace their anchor with yours. And when you control the anchor, you control the decision. Think about what Kahneman and Tversky proved all those decades ago. The human brain isn't a calculator. It's a comparison engine. It doesn't ask what something costs in absolute terms. It asks how it measures up to the last number it saw. Every price you encounter is trying to be that last number. The good news is, once you know it's happening, you can catch yourself. You can pause. You can choose your own anchor. And that changes everything. So here's what you got today. Stores use fake original prices to make their current prices feel like deals. Restaurants put one absurdly expensive item on the menu just to make everything else seem reasonable. And real estate agents list overpriced homes to make everything else look like a steal, all anchoring, all the time. Now you see it. And now you can stop falling for it. If this helped you see things differently, share it with someone who could use it. Hit subscribe and stick around. I've got something even better coming next week. See you then.